Now I have to go all the way back. So the stream is starting all over again. How about that? I had to start all over again. That's annoying. I don't know why it cut off, but it definitely cut off. So we'll let that do its thing for a second. I just remember the finals started tonight too. Let me turn that on also. Let's see. Actually, I don't even know where my remote is. That is a wonderful question. Let's see, where did I put my remote? It's another JRPG. In the same vein as like most other JRPGs. But it's kind of open where like when you see it, it looks a lot like Breath of the Wild. So I'm gonna go ahead and play it now, so it'll play some of this stuff. So basically, like I'm not very far in the game, so because in the beginning you get the option, you can actually choose your gender. So if you want to play as a male character, you can. If you want to play as the female character, you can. And I'm pretty sure it works the same way on both ends, which is in the beginning your sibling pretty much gets put in like suspended animation by, I don't know if she's the main villain, but she is like the antagonist you see at the beginning. And so yeah, so you don't really know what happened to them, so you're basically journeying to try to figure out, okay, like what exactly happened to your sibling. And so right here I've like I said, I just finished. So like what we're doing is we're going through these 7 wind temples. I just had to fight against a dragon when I played yesterday. I have not played since. But now I'm going through these various these various temples to try to unlock stuff. So let's go right ahead. Oh, whoops. I'm not paying attention. My one complaint with this game, well, I have 2 complaints with this game. But like my one complaint is
disappear.
So as you can see, like right there, you get the option to, you know, I can fight normally, but like my character, because I've unlocked a couple elemental things so far, I have the ability to use like wind or fire. Now, one of my 2 complaints with this game are one, there's no real start button. Like there's a start button like right now if I'm in the field, but like when you're in the middle of something, like if you ever needed to pause because someone is talking to you or for some other reason, then yeah. I just realized I'm like way off the path right now too. Oh, there's a chest. Thank you. Yep. Cool. Let's see. Alright, let's get back on the path. No, I would say no. The other thing I don't really like about this game is that, like, when you get multiple characters, like when you get more than one character in your party, you can't necessarily, like, I can switch over to Amber right there, right? But the problem with Amber, like, you can't use them both at the same time. And I don't really like that. Like, of all the JRPGs I play, like, I much prefer, like, if I have characters, like, they should be able to fight alongside each other. Because, like, I try to imagine, like, what it looks like when you're in an actual party together and you're taking on a bunch of enemies, and instead of fighting them, you know, fighting as a team, they just are like, all right, well, Amber, you go out and take care of this. We'll be standing over here while you take care of that. And I'm like, I just I just find it to be a little bit unrealistic. And I'm like, you know, I should be able to fight with all of my people. The other thing I guess I'm a little confused about too is when I have, like, I'm not really sure what I'm supposed to do when I have ailments. Like, these are weapons, artifacts, but like my character Amber right now has like a burn issue, and I don't really know how to fix it. So, oh well, back to my character Saish, which is the character that I mentioned on one of my previous live streams, where I was talking about my own series. Saish is the main character for that. Usually when I have these JRPGs and I get the option to choose between you know, whatever my character names, I do that. Also, I do like that I can jump down from this distance. Oh, look at that, my glider. Are there enemies? I don't even know what level I'm at right now.
You've arrived. Come closer. Can you smell that? Something must have happened in the temple. I imagine there will be slimes, hilly churls, and whatever's giving Storm Terror extra power.
Storm Terror is one of the gods. It's the dragon that I faced a little bit earlier.
It is going to be lively in there indeed. As bustling as it may be, no, I can't imagine it will be dangerous at all. It's a pity that the Temple of the Wolf has been disturbed by such an atrocity. Let's head in. No one makes offerings to the Four Winds anymore. Yet the old winds never vanish. We need to clear out the temples. For the Four Winds.
from what I was reading about this game, you can actually you can have up to 18 characters, I believe. Like there are up to 18 characters that you can use.
There's still a long road ahead.
At the ready.
Like the trailer for this game looked pretty dope. And it's free. And actually, both of y'all in the chat could actually play it because it's also available on mobile. So like it's free on PS4. I don't remember if it's Xbox. I don't remember if it's Switch, but I know it's PS4 and mobile as well.
Let me show you how the Knights of Favonius conquer our adversaries.
Oh, cool. I guess he is now part of the party.
If I'm not mistaken, the end of the temple should be up there.
Wait, how do you know?
Experience.
That
The
is
kind of
actually
experience
a
you
great
get after
question.
years of dealing with things like this for others.
I don't know if this game is. I don't know if this game is crossplay.
Dodge this!
It would be cool if it's
Unless I'm
crossplay though.
mistaken, you don't seem to have a vision. So how exactly is it that you're able to channel elemental energy?
Now I know there
It was a
is
very
multiplayer
strange
on this game.
phenomenon.
On this, I believe I saw something about it at the beginning, but I'm not sure if it's crossplay. So I'm not sure if I could play with you on mobile if I'm on PS4.
Phenomenon. Something strange happened. Ah, finally, we're here.
Seems the path ends here. Let's use the wind currents to fly up.
I mean, if you can use teams, I feel like it'd be awesome. Hydro Amber. Oh my god.
Water! We can use this to put out fire.
Good idea. That's some keen observation. We should get Jean to give you a title and make you a knight.
Freeze! Freeze!
That was simple enough. Let's explore. I don't see anything.
Freeze!
Speaking of, did you know? Storm Terror was once one of the Four Winds. I'm not aware of the exact details. If you're interested, you can ask the acting Grand Master about it.
I don't remember what this is supposed to do. Oh, well.
Is that the thing that Storm Terror is using to gain its power?
Seems probable. Let's deal with it. Bravo! What a performance. You are, to my surprise, a well-trained knight. The battles you just fought were sights to behold. I see you already have the knightly virtue of modesty. Stories of your heroic deeds to save Mondstadt from destruction shall be known throughout the City of Freedom, well into the future.
I really be wondering what designers, with like the
Please
people who
do
draw
visit me at
anime
our headquarters
characters,
when you have the time.
like how they come up with the designs for hair and stuff.
I also know a lovely tavern, if that's more your thing.
Interactions between
rewarding.
Kaya
No?
and
We've
your
seized
main
another
character
temple from Storm Terror's grasp.
read as very flirtatious.
I can take care of the rest here. You go take care of other things while I'm at it.
See you later then. Bye-bye.
I'm not even
There's
sure
no
what
way
the
Hilly
wildest
Turtles
anime
organize an
hairstyle
ambush
I've
like
ever
this
seen is.
themselves. Not with their limited mental capacity. Thus you were behind this.
Agree, 110%.
Knights of Favonius, always so inefficient.
Agree to disagree, but your involvement in this just made things a whole lot more interesting.
That's why I'm always impressed with. I'm always impressed with cosplayers who actually like try to style their cosplay hair in the same vein as the actual characters. Because I know, like, I see with some of the cosplays, like some people are just like, oh, I'll just get a straight hair wig and do it this way, or I'll wear it this way. Like I won't try to be exact. I'm like, oh, okay. That's cool. I don't have any beef with beef with that. Like, make your cosplay yours, but just, whew.
Ready when you are.
Alright, let's see. Go meet Lisa at the temple. I was gonna say, one of the things I'm complaining about is I wish my character could run faster. You're kind of just restricted to, whatever. Would be nice. Oh, that's what's attacking me.
Cool it.
No one escapes my sights.
I will take that. It really should. I'd be happy with... Why do they keep doing this? Why do they keep showing me this? Like, I don't... I've seen all of these. But like, I have to go 350 meters somewhere over there. I have no idea how to even get there.
Yeah.
Okay, I guess that's not something I can fight. It's like, oh, look how slow this character is. And even though I have a glider, see, like, this, okay, now this is the other thing that's weird. So, like, when you first get introduced to your character, like, they have wings, right? Like, they're flying. But, like, right now, you can't fly. The most you can do is glide, and I think I'll be able to do it here. Like, I can use the glider, but it's not like earlier where I was literally flying. Really? This is what y'all want to do? Oh, really?
Dodge this. Cool it.
I mean, like, I'm less annoyed because, again, like, it's, like I said, this game was being compared to Breath of the Wild, which is probably not fair to the game because, you know, they're not, this, like, the gameplay is kind of similar, but it's, like, you really can't go into it. Okay. You really can't go into it, like, believing that. Like, you kind of have to, you know, like, in my opinion, just let it be its own thing. Down you go.
Go, Barret Bunny!
Fine, I'll come fight. Alright. So of the anime you've seen, and I'm not sure which shows you've seen. Like, I know you've seen Black Clover. Would you choose to be a Magic Knight? And if so, whose Magic Knight party do you think you want to be affiliated with? Like, it's very easy to say the Black Bulls. I mean, most notably because you spend the most amount of time with them.
Hey, cutie. You're going to help me out, too? How kind of you. Don't hesitate to come to me if you need anything. Good question.
Because I do like, because I mean, I feel like, yeah, because I do feel like the Black Bulls is easy, and I think for me, it fits, because I've always been like an outcast, you know, kind of dude, and so the Black Bulls' whole shtick seems to be if you are someone who's kind of like an outsider, who like, you know, like has ever had like all these things against you, like you're wearing a prodigy, then like it just seems like that would be the one for you. But honestly, I think honestly, if it's not the Black Bulls, it would probably be the Golden Dawn. Simply because, I mean, I don't come from royalty. And I feel like many of the other captains or the people in charge, like they all come from royalty. And you saw, I mean, you seeing how they treat people who are not of royalty. In that, like, yeah, I would probably not want to be bullied in there. So like I could see myself being under the Golden Dawn, with Yuno and the rest of them. But I only say it because I
other than
think
that which require brawn or brains.
I say the Golden because Yuno and Mimosa and what's his name are all Golden Dawn, right?
So, what does that leave?
Yeah. So like, if I could be with glasses and like Mimosa, like I could probably deal, but like the whole royalty thing. I think she's only annoying to me when it comes to Asta. Like I was telling someone else this, like it was hard for me to ship like Mimosa and Asta together, simply because like they didn't really have much time together for me to kind of get it. And it's really not until the second arc, the arc that you're currently watching, where you spend like any real time. I mean, like, not this season, I should say. You actually get to see Mimosa be useful. You actually spend like significant time with her character. That like I'm less annoyed by Mimosa than you probably are, because I'm like 30 episodes ahead of you. And yeah, like I'm not annoyed. I can see how she would be annoying, but for me, she's only annoying when it comes to Asta. Like just as a character in general, like she's fine, but it's generally like up until this season, up until I forget what episode it is, but up until a certain point, like her talking about Asta was so annoying because they'd be like, bro, you spent all of 5 minutes with Asta. Like, how are you so in love with this dude? You know, like how? Like Noelle, I can understand. They're in the same group. They're around each other all the time. They've been on missions together. Like, duh. But like Mimosa, she literally, it was like love at first sight. I'm like, okay. But like I could, like, as you get further in this season, as you go through the rest of the elf arc, as I'll call it, like Mimosa ends up being really badass, and it makes a ton of sense. But I'm not annoyed by her, but I can see how she would be annoying. But I will say this: if you're going to watch Inuyasha, Kagome. Now I don't share this opinion. I don't have this opinion of her, but Kagome is widely seen as like one of the most annoying characters in anime. Like by and large, if you ask people, it'll be Kagome and it'll probably be Sakura from Naruto. Like in some order, they will probably be on your list.
I knew it. There is a strong elemental energy coming from deep within this temple. Paimon,
so like,
are you able to float across?
Here's the thing, and like I'm trusting that me telling you this is not gonna like
good point.
Sour the
We'd
series
better start
for you.
looking for a way to get up there then. Let's ride this wind current, shall we?
Chest or anything?
Leave it to me.
Dodge this!
Oh, that was quick.
It's an electro monument. No wonder. Let me try to activate it with a bit of electro power. Stand back, sweeties.
So like here's the here's the thing. I don't find Kagome annoying, but like a lot of people do. But for me, like when you're dealing with a character that I know is young, like Kagome is only 15 in Inuyasha. So like the entire story, I don't really know how long the actual story takes in terms of like years and whatnot. But she's only 15. And so a lot of people are annoyed by her because she's 15. And it's kind of like with Sabrina on Sabrina show on Netflix. Like, I don't get annoyed by Sabrina doing the dumb stuff that she does. Uh-huh. Yeah, like no, I don't find Kagome to be annoying because she's 15. It's like duh. But like a lot of the great thing about Inuyasha is a lot of stuff that happens in like modern anime, like a lot of stuff in terms of storytelling, in terms of art, like a lot of that stuff comes from or was inspired by Inuyasha. And like it's just like I recently rewatched it earlier this year, so like I still have it fresh in my mind. I didn't watch the movies. Whoops. I did not watch the movies, but the movies aren't canon. I'll also say too, if you're going to watch, I think the first 2 seasons are on Netflix. I think all of them may be on Hulu. Like, I was using Kiss Anime before they shut down, because I didn't want to. This is before I paid for Hulu without ads. So I was like, yeah, I don't feel like watching. But like the entire thing is on Hulu if you do want to watch it. Yeah, I'm trying to not.
When it comes to wet enemies, I've got them covered.
Yeah, so like
Oh, another wind current. Let's ride it up from here.
okay, good. I just wanted to make sure because I wasn't sure if it was or wasn't. But yeah, like because at the end, because like at its core, like a lot of the stuff, a lot of the tropes and whatnot, like so like Sango, the character I mentioned in my post earlier, who I really like. Sango is a demon slayer, and so you deal with you deal with a lot of demons and stuff like that in Inuyasha. Like I said, don't want to say too much. Am I supposed to jump down? Did they literally make me come all the way up here just to jump back down? I mean, I guess.
Dodge this. Cool it.
I'm killing myself. I don't know how I feel about her powers just yet. Yes.
Chain lightning can be set off between electro-charged opponents. The electrical discharge caused by friction is only a little less shocking than love at first sight.
He does. So, spoiler alert, he's a dog demon. So like that's his thing. So like all throughout the show you'll see people calling him like mutt and all types of derogatory
you want to know about
like
this
dog
gem?
terms.
You're kidding. You're seriously asking? This is a vision. It's used by the Chosen to draw on elemental powers. In terms of mysticism, I suppose you could call it a magical lightning rod.
Oh crap. Ooh, that was close. Oh my god, I'm stuck. What the hell? I can't move. Okay, well, okay, that works. Cool, I get to start over. Huzzah. Yeah, like it's such a great show. Like they tackle so many different things, and like just from a feminist perspective, like I told you earlier, like there's so many just amazing female characters in Inuyasha that are not just like tropes, you know, like one of my favorite characters is this character named Kagura, who...
What? You've never seen a vision? Just where exactly are you from? Are you a hilly churl with some level of reasonable intelligence? No, I doubt it. After all,
Kagura is
hilly
really
churls
awesome.
aren't exactly known for their smarts. And you more or less qualify to be a
Sango's been my
magister's
favorite
apprentice.
character since I originally watched it. Like, you just get so many really badass female characters. You get so many badass characters in general. There's also
Break it, and we can head home and relax. The thought of putting my feet up and relaxing has me all fired up.
The creator, so like do you even have a character in Inuyasha who you could read as transgender?
Oh, it's one of those consolidated wind things. Let's head back to the statue of the Seven at Wind.
And
Dragon of the
just so happens
East,
you run
Lion
into
of the
them
South,
at like
Wolf
my
of the
favorite,
North, Falcon
and
of the
probably
West.
my favorite Inuyasha arc, which is the Band of Seven arc, just because I love the Band of Seven. Are probably some of the best. They're some of the best anime, it's some of the best anime villains ever. Okay, maybe not ever, but some of the best ones in Inuyasha. I really enjoyed that arc a lot, and the growth that it kind of forces some of the characters to undergo, in particular. But there's a character that you could read. Because the character is femme presenting. It's a femme presenting character, but they're male.
They are the Dragon of the East, Storm Terror. Its real name is Dvalin. Though most in Mondstadt seem to have forgotten that in all this Storm Terror business. So now you know why Dvalin is only able to channel 3 of
For
the
a free
Four Winds'
game,
power.
I mean, I can't be upset at it. Like, I legitimately only saw the trailer the night it came out. Like, this came out, I believe, Sunday night.
Because it has been consuming itself from the beginning. Because of hatred, I presume.
Yeah, like the thing with anime. The thing with anime is, like, when it comes to older stuff, like, I was telling a friend of mine who doesn't watch anime that for some stuff you kind of you have to kind of go into it with an understanding that they are culturally different than us. So because they're culturally different, like, there are certain things that are just not going to be the same in terms of certain things that they present, or how certain things are understood. And so it's not to say that, like, you make excuses for stuff, but it's like you go into it with an understanding that it's just different.
Hatred for Mondstadt. Hatred drove it to become something more powerful than the wind itself, to become Storm Terror.
And Inuyasha is like, it's an emotional roller coaster of a game. of a show. Like, it's just so good. Like, and like full disclosure, like I cried when I finished it. I cried because like, you know, it's like with anything. You spend 180 some episodes with these characters, and you get to, you know, you get to grow with them. You get to watch them grow. Like, the great thing about Inuyasha doesn't do time skips. So like, it's not like other shows where, you know, in between arcs they'll just be like, oh yeah, and 3 months passed, or, you know, it's been a year since this. Like, no, Inuyasha is completely straightforward from the time it starts to the time that it ends. And I believe it takes place over the course of I want to say like a year or two. But I could be wrong on that.
As a child of Mondstadt, it's something that's really hard to say aloud. Here,
but like I did enjoy that it's a very
old story from more than a century ago.
Because like, as much as I make fun of One Piece,
well,
like
you should come with me. Paimon will tell you about the rest later.
I would say that like I am okay with One Piece from the perspective of like, if you're really undergoing watching these shows grow, watching these characters grow and learn, and, you know, go through these different things. Like, it's if it's done well, it can just be a really beautiful thing to see. And with Inuyasha, it's the same thing. Like, you know, like you get to see them grow. You get to see Inuyasha go from being this really, like, they become a hero, basically, something he has no interest in doing. You know, you get to see Moroku and Sango grow from people who have these individual ailments and are used to working by themselves, and they're like,
here,
yeah,
let me help you.
Boom, being part of a team. Just goes to show the power of these shows.
It's finally done. Well, all that lay flow and elemental line stuff Lisa was going on about should hopefully want to go back and see how the knights are doing. But if you got anything more interesting to do, Paimon can come too. By the way, we might come across more of them in the future, so don't forget to offer them to the statues.
Cool. Gotta upload my thing. But yeah, like so many of the, like, I'm trying to remember everything I've watched. Like the end of Love Chinibyo and Other Delusions, that made me tear up. That didn't make me cry, but it made me tear up, just because, you know, I'm a romantic at heart and I love a good love story, and so that got me. The end of Code Geass got me. I'm trying to find my list of shows that I watched. Where is that picture? Here it is. See, I'm looking at it now. Yeah. Code Geass got me. Golden Time got me. Yeah, I guess Golden Time got me. Snow White with the red hair. That honestly might be the best, like, romantic story that I watched. Snow White with the red hair is actually surprisingly really damn good. Which one haven't you heard of? Is it Love Chinibyo and Other Delusions? So this is an example of learning something, right? So like, apparently in Japan they have a name for like being like, you know, doing the dumb stuff that like teenagers do, or like being weird as a teenager. They have a whole name for it called chinibio. They actually call it like in some cases like an actual disease, actual illness. So it's this cool like coming of age. It's this cool coming of age story between Yuta and Rika, who are not neighbors, not basically, well, sort of neighbors, and like used to be Yuta used to really be into Chinibio, but like he basically like did something really, he basically embarrassed himself in high school on like his first day of high school. So then he like told him, so he like transferred schools and was like, I'm gonna go to a completely different school altogether. And so he goes there not knowing that Rika apparently saw him do Chinibio. It's like it's a super funny series. It's hilarious. It's super funny, but also like really good, and in some ways kind of made me nostalgic for like, you know, like like the best way I can describe it is like if you ever did LARP or know people who did LARP, then you know Love Chinibio is a series that you could definitely relate to. The thing is, so like it has 2 seasons. Season 1 is on Netflix. The service High Dive, which I downloaded like
It's a statue of the Seven.
Earlier this year.
Let's make an offering and see if the gods respond.
I think High Dive is good because they have a lot of older anime, but they also have a lot of like modern anime that you may not have heard of, or that isn't like super well known. So like if you really want to learn, if you really want to like discover new stuff, or like discover stuff that like, you know, people may not have heard or you may not have heard of, it's a good place to go. It's a good place to go for sure. But I also like it because on there, on High Dive is actually where I watched High Dive is actually where I watched season 2 of Love Chinibio season 2 of Love Chinibio. Also watched the Love Chinibio movie, which is the finale, which is the actual season finale or the series finale for that. It's where I watched Danmachi. Season 2 is on High Dive. The movie is on High Dive, and also Sword Oratoria, which is the Danmachi spinoff. The spinoff that follows, like, it follows the events of season 1, but it goes from the perspective of Eyes Wallenstein. And so it's a really interesting perspective. Ren Fair, you know, I've always wanted to go to a Ren Fair. I know a lot of people who have been. My friend Nick Dayhoff, who's in the GGR group, I know Dayhoff has been. He's been to Ren Fair before. But I don't remember if he went when we were in high school, but I feel like I've seen him. You know, do events like that. But yeah, I mean, Ren Fair can be close enough. Like if you watch it, you'll completely understand. It's also really good if you're someone who has like a really vivid imagination also, because the imagination makes up for a lot of what happens in the show. What is the Shield Maiden? I don't know what that is.
Can you feel the blessings of the Seven? In Mondstadt, people call them animalculi. They can be fitted into the statue's eyes. Some stories say the statue's eyes originally had...
Oh, well.
But animalculi never had a physical form from the start. People with visions collect them to offer to the statues as blessings. Unlike others with powers, you don't have a vision. But the rules of this world don't apply to you anyway.
Oh,
so
yeah. Oh.
Keep offering animalculi and maybe you'll receive more blessings.
Oh yeah, Ice. Yeah, the blonde chick from Danmachi, the one. Damn, I was about to call him Asta. The one Belle like trains with and like secretly has the crush on and all of that. Yeah, yeah. Is it wrong to pick? Yeah, that's Danmachi. So yeah, Sword Oratoria is the spin-off. It's a spin-off from Is It Wrong to Pick Up a Girl in the Dungeon? Sword Oratoria, like, that's the spin-off series, and it, like I say, it follows Eyes Wallenstein, and it goes through the events of season 1 from Is It Wrong to Pick Up Girls. Yeah, there's a spin-off. So if you ever wondered, so like you remember all the events. If you remember the events of season 1, like you get to see everything that leads up to like when she finds Belle in the dungeon, and you get to see the events of season 1 from her perspective. Yeah. And so like I enjoy it because it paints a fuller picture of season 1. Yeah, she's awesome, and you get to learn a lot more about her character. Like, the Sword Oratoria was so popular that people want there to be a season 2 and just cover like obviously what happens in season 2 of Is It Wrong to Pick Up Girls. But again, following it from Eyes' perspective. So that and the movie is on High Dive. I like the movie a lot too. Um, you get to learn a little bit more about Hestia's about like Hestia in the movie, but it centers on another character, and you get a really badass moment with Belle. Trying to decide where to go next. So I don't need to cook anything. See something. I don't even know what this is. Yeah, that's not one of my favorite tropes either. Like in Dan Machi's case, like I find it mostly hilarious. Like like the level of ridiculousness that Hestia gets angry. Yo, aren't they the same character? Basically. Like Sylph, I think that's her name. I think her name is Sylph. Sylph and Hestia are basically the same character. And I will say that is an anime trope that I don't like. Yeah, I would. That's another thing I don't really like. I don't really like the whole I'm too cool for, I'm too cool to acknowledge, girl who is obviously into me and attracted to me. I'm too cool to express myself. I'm too cool to show any emotion whatsoever. And so, like that whole like it is comedic, but my goodness, is it kind of annoying. Like you think they not want to be annoying. You would think. Like I say, I get that they're probably just doing a thing. I can just leave that. Let's see, where to go now? So the statues are statues of like the wind gods, and basically this I'm blanking on the specifics of it. I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm basically running around right now because I need to level up. And until I level up, I can't even get to the like next thing I need to get to, or like the next part of the game. But like the statues are like you go through the statues to like got him. Sorry, I got distracted by TV for a second. But like look how beautiful this is. This just in general how beautiful this game is. Like I'm considering even getting it for mobile. Just so I can play it. Just so I can play it on mobile. Initially, who's Glory? Yeah, so many anime tropes I'm tired of. Like, I just finished Toradora, and even though it didn't have the exact trope in it, I like one of the tropes that I do dislike is like the use of jealousy meaning love. I don't remember where I got that from, but like I don't really like. I just and I can fully admit this is purely a Western thing. Like I don't view jealousy as love, and I know that that's a common thing that pops up in a lot of anime in general. That you know, if you love someone, then you're gonna get jealous, and I'm just like. Well, I didn't know I could do that. That's kind of cool. Yeah, and just you know, like, all I'll say is I like how Inuyasha addresses it, because I mean it's an older anime, so obviously they fall into the trope too. But like,
Mondstadt welcomes you.
Like I like how they handle it towards the, like, as you kind of progress over it, and you kind of see.
Let's go and see what she wants.
You kind of get to see kind of what characters are doing, and you know, and like where they eventually end up. But you know what? I think that's part of the reason I like Snow White with the red hair so much, is because, you know, like it didn't really rely on the whole jealousy thing. Like you could tell that Zen and gosh, like why can't I remember her name right now? But you could tell that their love and adoration and care for each other was genuine. And like they didn't need to rely on, you know, showing one being jealous of the other in order to, you know, adequately show how much one cares for the other. Shirayuki, that was her name. And so like I really appreciated that. They have all this stuff here, and I'm like, yikes. Oh, this is for me to make weapons. Okay. They shut. Oh no, that's my backup site.
Come take a look. There will definitely be something that catches your eye.
Well, all of Snow White is on Hulu. I watched.
Can smell fisherman's toast.
I watched all of Snow White on
The
Hulu.
aroma is coming from Good Hunter.
I think the only thing I didn't watch on Hulu was the OVA episode of Zen and Shirayuki's going on a date. That was
A thick slice of soft white toast, topped with a generous serving of onion slices lightly caramelized by the toasting. Paimon's made of her. It's an emergency. We must order ourselves a generous serving of fisherman's toast from Good Hunter, pronto. It's on you, of course.
trying to think of who Paimon reminds me of. Oh, Paimon reminds me of Taiga from Toradora, since I just watched it. Right? Look, I intermittent fast, and like I'm beyond my window right now. Like her talking about toast right now just makes me want to like go get something, and it doesn't help that I just got a bunch of. I went snack shopping today, and so I got a bunch of chips and cakes and cookies and whatnot, and I have a whole bunch of naan. I have a whole bunch of naan that I bought that I can use for pizza, or I can have by itself. But don't get me wrong, I definitely have. 100% have cheat days or cheat nights. You know, like last weekend, I got high as hell. And I made me like a tray full of tater tots at like 12:30, like after midnight. Oh, I love a good quiche. Quiche so underrated. I haven't had quiche in probably a year. Yeah, probably a year or so. I love a good quiche. Yeah. Yeah.
It's so delicious.
Listen, tater tots has been like my go-to like munchy food.
Good
Oh,
Hunter's
bless your heart.
fisherman's toast is the best.
Listen, I'm already vegetarian. If I were lactose too, like I don't even know what I would do. I have no idea what I would do. I would just have to take that L.
It's actually a classic Mondstadt recipe that anyone can cook. You can try cooking it yourself if you have the ingredients. Can your cooking skills surpass that of Good Hunters? Why, Paimon would love to be your personal taster.
Do you do the thing that like all of my friends do, or a lot of my friends do that are lactose? Which is they're like, I'll pay for it later, but it's gonna be really good. Like all my friends who like eat pizza and ice cream are like that.
Don't you let me down.
Listen, I don't like to turn down ice cream either. I don't like to turn down ice cream either, let alone let alone a cream sauce. I see, like it's I love cheese too much, It's the number one reason I can never be vegan, and the number one reason why I'm glad I'm not lactose. Because for me, cheese can I can have cheese with almost anything that I make, because it's almost always guaranteed to enhance, you know, the meal in whatever ways. So,
It's been getting
like ice
quite busy
cream,
recently.
like I'm like upset because there's this place in King Street in Virginia called Nice Cream, right? And I don't remember who put me onto it, but it's like they make the ice cream from scratch on the spot, and they like do it with like
It's been getting quite
with
busy
nitrogen.
recently.
And it's like it is to this day, it is like the purest ice cream I've ever had. It is the purest. Like I got vanilla ice cream with like a bunch of some toppings and stuff on it, and it just
Makes you better.
like the vanilla. Like if you're someone like me who really loves the taste of vanilla, like it is the purest taste of vanilla that I've ever had. It was so good, and I'm like bummed out because, you know, COVID, and it's like across the bridge for me. It's way too far for me to go to, and for ice cream. So it sucks that I didn't get to go, but so good. Yes, now you're talking my language. It's like I said, it is the perfect texture for ice cream. Like you don't have to worry about like biting into it and like getting brain freeze because it's like on the roof of your mouth. You're trying to chew the ice cream. No, not even that. You can just scoop, put it in your mouth. It'll melt in your mouth, and yeah, it's so good. I need to change the subject because I'm making myself upset that I can't have it just by talking about it. So good though, and they have a bunch of different flavors that I know that they make from scratch. That they make from scratch there. But yeah, like I could yeah, like I don't eat ice cream very often. I have ice cream sandwiches upstairs that I treat myself to every now and then. Most notably, when it was summertime, I was eating them often because hot weather. Who does not enjoy ice cream or ice cream sandwich? Like flavors like what? I'm trying to, like, most of the trash, like the only ice cream flavor that I consider trash is like mint chocolate. Like mint ice cream is okay. I'm personally not a chocolate ice cream fan, but like I'm not against people who do enjoy it. But like mint chocolate, I can go without that. Scooperman, what? That sounds awful. I like pistachios. I don't know if I'm the biggest fan of pistachio ice cream. Yeah, this Scooperman sounds awful. That reminds me, I had a nasty food picture that I was gonna post earlier, but I didn't. I didn't post it. I thought about it, and I might do it tomorrow. Actually, let me try. Let me see what it was, because it was. That's not it. Where did I save it from? Was it? It was only like it's 100% gross. Like if I were anyone else but me, I would block me for sharing it. But I actually can't find it. It was something gross though, because it was like Dorito crusted. It was like Dorito crusted something ice cream. Let me see. I might have seen it on Twitter. Oh yeah, I can't find it. I don't remember what it was. It was something. It was something gross. That sounds awful. Like this is the thing I don't get. Like I'm personally not a big hot Cheeto person, but like I don't get the appeal of wanting to infuse like chips of any kind or like puffs of any kind with my actual food. I don't see how that would be appetizing.
Ancient alchemy truly is fascinating.
Cheetos and your PB&J. What? Dude, what? Those all sound awful. Like no part of those sound good. I don't even remember the last food I like experimented with. I'm trying to remember, where's the Royal Temple from here? Is it in here? It is not, because that door doesn't open. I don't know. There's not a single one of these like infusions that I hear and I'm like, you know what? That sounds delicious. Like, and you know which ones bug me the most? Which food infusion bugs me the most? Mac and cheese. I love mac and cheese. It is not the thing you experiment with. Like, you know what? With sandwiches or with some other stuff, you know what? Sure. Go ahead. Try it out. Have at it. You know? It might work out. But mac and cheese, like, please stop. Like, just, like, mac and cheese is like, it's not the thing that needs experimentation. Like, if you make it right, you don't really need to add anything to it. See, I can't even agree with it. I can't even agree to that. Because even that makes me go, no, pass. I mean, I'm already vegetarian, so I wouldn't be eating it anyway, but still. Like,
Anything the Knights can do for you.
please, there's so many things. You can play video games, play board games, play with the children, you know, play a sport. Like, just don't play, you know, just Don't play with the mac and cheese. That's really that. Oh, okay. Well, in that case, that makes sense. Kids tend to have weird taste buds. But like, you know, like to this day, one of the most disgusting things when I used to work for this alarm company, you know, if you worked weekends, you know, they would cater, they would downstairs they would buy food for you if you worked weekends. But generally, when people had team meetings, you know, by and large, you know, sometimes you bring food or you bring snacks, so on and so forth. Like people on my team like to bake, so like when we had our monthly meetings, someone would always bring like cake or, you know, cookies or brownies or something like that. Some of the other team meetings though, they like to make actual food. And I will never forget walking into the break room on my way. I don't remember if I was leaving or if I was going back to my desk, and someone had laid out blueberry mac and cheese. Blueberries in the mac and cheese. I can't. I could not. If I was on my other Facebook account, I would be able to go find the picture, because I took a picture. But I'm just like, why would you put blueberry in the mac and cheese? Like, you know what? Like, stuff that's acceptable with mac and cheese is stuff like seafood. You know, seafood mac, you know, like lobster mac and cheese, crab mac, like those are popular, you know, you know, additions for mac and cheese. So like, yeah, like fine. But blueberry.
The breeze is making me sleepy.
I don't understand. Yeah, I'm not a big fruit in my salad person either. I generally like to keep stuff like that separate. Like the only fruit that's allowed in my salad is probably tomato. But other than that, like I don't even like nuts in my salad. Like I'm not someone who's going to be adding like cashews or almonds or something to my salad. Like just let me get all my greens and my vegetables together and can go from there. I don't know if I've ever had sunflower seeds in salad. I mean, I like sunflower seeds by themselves. I have like 2 jars full that I have for snacks. One of which is like within arm distance of where I'm sitting. Okay, I'm in the church. I have no idea where I'm supposed to where I can go.
Interesting. Report it to the church. What should I get to take back to Lily?
This is my reporting to the church. All right. Like you know, like for me though, just in general, like depending on what it is, like I'm someone who likes to have control over, if I'm making it, control over the stuff that I'm having in it. So like if I'm gonna have salad, then it's probably gonna be one that I make. or it may be like one of the salad bags that you get at like the grocery store, where I know what's in it. But I don't do salads all that often, like when I'm out and about. I've never actually been to one of those places like Sweet Green. I've heard lots of good stuff about Sweet Green. Never been. My only issue with salad is like, even before like I found out I was diabetic, I was like, I don't want to eat you and then be hungry in like 30 minutes. Like I at least like to have the feeling like I have eaten something. It's like a salad. Like a salad can be good. But like I at least want to feel like I've eaten something. And it sucks because like my old job when I worked with kids, we had a partnership with Sweet Green. So like one of the things we had one of our programs was the Veggie Time program, which was designed to teach children about like healthy eating and nutrition and like dope ways that you can like use vegetables to make something to make something that actually tastes good, right? And so like we had a partnership with Sweet Green, so like our students would often go to Sweet Green and they'd be there for like a couple hours and they get a tour of stuff and they'd like learn about all the stuff that they had to offer there. And I never actually went when they would go on the tours there, but I did think it was cool that was like a thing that they were that was a thing that they were doing. I gotta say, like even I learned like some cool stuff just from being in that program, from being part of that program too. Guess I didn't do anything else. This game is a wrap. Jeez. I just looked over and the Lakers are up 26. Good gosh. That's a good question. I actually don't know. I didn't actually put any thought into like like that. Boom. Yeah. Well, the Falcons absolutely would. I always say that the Lions got what they deserved because they fired Jim Caldwell for going 9-7, and they hired Matt Patricia, who has won 9 games in 3 years. I'm like, I can't even feel bad for you. Like, Look at your life and look at your choices. I'm trying to look at the map to see where I'm supposed to go. Is this where I just came from? No. They do. Poor lions. Just, yeah, poor lions. I think this is the library. This is where I came from. Yeah, okay, cool. I know, okay. I knew I wasn't tripping. I knew it was somewhere over here, somewhere. Oof. Hey, I mean, you could be a Washington football fan. I'm 32 years old, and in all my years of fandom, I've only been able to actually celebrate this team like twice.
This is bad. Such a hassle. Oh, thank the thousand winds. Your arrival must be the grace of the gods. If I may ask, envoy sent by the Animo god to save this mere mortal, could you spare a moment?
Ew, cut it out.
Marvelous.
Jeez, Cosmo. Oh my god, you are stepping all over me. I was telling someone earlier, you know, like, I don't believe in fair weather. Like, I don't believe in fair weather fan being like a bad thing. I'm like, hey, listen. No one should root for losers.
I cannot let my peers hear about this. I cannot seek help from anyone else but you.
Uh-oh.
Please, let us move to somewhere more fit for such conversations.
This dog always wants love. Like, since he has been down here,
Let's
I
talk in
swear,
the
I have the
courtyard,
world's
just outside
most
headquarters.
affectionate dog.
What's with the sneakiness?
And like, because he's a Maltese dogs, because I looked this up, they're very affectionate dogs. They're very loyal dogs, and he, you know, he likes to lick and nibble. That's how he shows his love and affection. So if he licks you a lot, it's because he genuinely cares and genuinely wants to spend time with you. And just likes your taste and being around you. Like, by and large, he's a good dog. I do have to get on him sometimes, but, you know, he's only 2. You know, like, there's so many moments where I'm just like, man, we don't deserve pets. we don't deserve pets. Pets are just so, they're just so awesome. You know, it's just nice to have somebody who wants to, who's always happy when you come home and always wants to play. I like, because I'm a big sap, one of my favorite things to watch is like, I love to watch, you know, dogs like reuniting with their owners for the first time in forever.
This place will do.
Like how excited and happy they are. My mom's been in the hospital a couple times. Like whenever she comes back home and Cosmo hasn't seen her in so long, he's just going completely crazy. Or shoot, even when I like when I was leaving the house, when I would be gone for multiple hours, it'd be the same thing. You know, I get up, because like on a regular work day, like I get up at 5 something. I usually leave the house at 6, and I'm usually gone until about like 4 or 5 in the afternoon. Just in terms of my commute to and from. You know, he is always super excited to see me. Especially when it means especially if it means he's gonna get a snack.
How should I begin? Oh, right. Let me tell you a secret first.
You know what I just noticed with his hair? I did notice that he has a whole ponytail coming down, like the to the right of his body. Like this is the first time I'm noticing, because I thought his hair was like, oh, he just had a short haircut. Like, oh no, he has a whole ponytail.
It's a secret of my past, and I confide in you to keep it.
Whoops. That just goes to show.
Don't worry, my lips are sealed.
As a matter of fact, my grandfather was a pirate.
He sure does.
Oh.
His reminds me of Ed's from Full Metal Alchemist.
Wait, why do you sound so blithe? Do you think I'm making it up? Look at my eye patch. I inherited it from my grandfather, and this is solid proof that we are related by blood. My, how could you not know such common knowledge? This is no different from children inheriting their hairstyles from their parents. Yesterday, I was glancing through the notes my grandfather left and stumbled upon records that spoke of a treasure.
But you know what else I think about too? Is like whenever you see characters have these unorthodox hairstyles, I think about how like what their hair looks like when it's not, in his case, braided. Like, so he just has like almost like a long mullet, because it's like short up top, and then like in just in that particular part in the back, it's long and braided. Or like dude on the side, like it's the same thing. Like his ponytail is like just in the back.
Treasure?
According to his notes, the treasure is buried in the lost Arcadian ruins.
And it's funny too, because like there's never any consistency with it too. Like Noelle's hair, when she just has her 2 long ponytails, is like almost as long as her. But like when they show her in the hot springs, in the hot springs, and she has her hair just up, like it doesn't look like her hair is that long at all.
Treasure.
But the location of the ruins is currently unknown. I've tried searching for clues.
Treasure! Kyle, what kind of treasure treasure is it? Gold? Or better yet, gems?
Treasures that consist of nothing but gold and gems are third-rate treasures. My grandfather's treasure is a sword. A magic sword that grants the wielder unrivaled power.
Yeah, like I don't remember which. I don't remember when I noticed it.
The sword was dropped from Celestia into the sea by a god. It was later salvaged by my grandfather's crew by pure coincidence. The moment he gripped the sword, thunder roared, billows howled, and the clear skies were suddenly swallowed by raging winds. With the
Wait, the
might of
original
the
version
magic
of what
sword,
has all this
my
meaning?
grandfather went on to defeat a hydra, a silver-haired banshee, a wicked abyss dragon. But the immense power of the sword enticed many more greedy pirates. To avoid meaningless conflicts, my grandfather hid the magic sword. The world we live in is fascinating, full of unknown and inexplicable wonders.
Oh.
Holy moly, that's just insane!
I've been trying to decide if I'm gonna that is actually a good question.
A gang of treasure hoarders has been very active lately, and many ruins have had their relics stolen by them. I'm afraid that they will soon discover the Arcadian ruins, and the magic sword will be lost.
Yeah, so I just Googled. There's no nudity in Black Clover. Yeah, so it says in the manga they show full nudity, but in the anime, no, they don't. It seems like they do the same thing that the Love Hina manga does, which is they'll show like the shape of stuff, but you don't actually see like nipples or anything like that.
We won't let it fall into the wrong hands. We must get the sword before them. You just rest assured that we are here to help.
Wow. Great. Please keep it a secret. I'll wait for your good news.
Hey, so what you think? Isn't it exciting? We're talking about a super duper powerful sword. Well, let's go to the Adventurers Guild and see if we can find out more. The adventurers should know more about the ruins, right?
This is very detailed for a free game. Oh, Paimon? Yeah, she sure is. Alright, I actually think I'm going to end the stream here. You can hit my inbox. I'm going to hop off of here. It's almost my bedtime. Anyway, and luckily, because this game has auto saves because it's just on servers and whatnot, which is kind of cool. But anyway, if you are not in the chat and you're watching this on playback, more stream next week. Maybe we'll actually play Spider-Man, or maybe we'll play more of this. Either way, we out.